Hello everyone, welcome to Project Grabbit! My name is Nats, I'm joined by Sam and Nick, and we're the guys that kind of did Size Shadow and started this whole entire thing, but we are minus another Sam, but Sam will be there in the future. So welcome to, welcome to our review of our own comic. And giving our honest review, because there's been a lot that's happened since the start of this comic to the finish. So we'll start with kind of how we describe everything, really, right at the very start. So yes, you've got me as the creator, editor, and writer. You don't see Sam or Nick's name there. They're under the Project Grabbit team as inspiration. And there's two artists, so one is now taking over for the second issue and will be our artist going forward, but that's just due to a mutual thing with the artist that did 90% of this comic, but we have had to change direction, shall we say, on a mutual thing. So there was parts them, parts us, and it just worked out better for both if we had someone else doing the second one. That's why there is a big graphic change at the end. Do apologise about that, but it's best for all going further in the future.
Yes, going forward with the comics.
Yes, more long-term based, because to be honest, when we first started this, it was just meant to be, or when I first started this, because it was actually meant to just be an assassin comic on my Patreon originally. But then it turned into a massive idea with a colleague from work, which is the other Sam. And then it became what it is now. And the artist that we originally had can't really commit to the big future plan that we had. And that was the biggest thing. So yes. So this is Size Shadow. And it's based 100 years from now. It's about an assassin. Now there is parts where the comic looks like old-fashioned, like nowadays stuff, and that's because when we first started it, it wasn't meant to be based in the future, so we had to kind of plot that in. So I do apologize if some bits look a bit about that, but should we start with page 1, guys, or should we explain more? What do you think?
Yeah, probably page 1 would be a good start, since we just covered the basis of what we sort of are and what the company is.
Yes. So Nick, this is, so just to let you all know as well, Nick, this is the first time he's seeing in this whole entire thing. So as we're doing the commentary, Nick has never actually seen the whole comic, whereas me and Sam have.
Yes.
So yes. So there's two Sams, not to be confused. Other Sam is not here. Other Sam is a woman, and this is Sam, which is male.
the male Sam. The male Sam is here, the female Sam is not here.
At the moment. So yes. So
they're still alive, but they're not here right now.
They're not here right now. Sounds so morbid. Okay, so going into page 1, right? This is totally different graphic style to almost the rest of the comic, because it's very flat, sort of 2D look. This was the actually this was the second page that was ever done of the comic, which was 2 years ago. And that's why it looks so different, because the artist improved and the whole style changed. So what do we have in this first page? So who wants to roll with it?
We could actually do an order thing where you would read one page and then so on and so forth. It would be you, Nick, and then me would go on like that. We could do it like that, or you could read them and then we'll discuss it.
Okay. Right, so I can't read out the parts that are in this first page out loud, because that's more left for the audiobook version, and not only that, I'd probably get banned off YouTube. So fundamentally, she's hooking up with a guy, having a bit of fun, and then blows his brains out. Okay? Spoiler alert throughout this whole entire thing. Yeah, blows his brains out. But is enjoying herself at the same time. the guy does kind of look a bit, different. The face, there's no nose, there's this and other stuff.
Voldemort.
I mean, it kind of does. A little bit like a young Lord Voldemort.
Yeah, and the ears don't quite match. It's like an elf just rolled up in there, but, it's true.
Well, we went from sci-fi to fantasy, guys, in the first first fucking page.
No, this went from normal to sci-fi. So I don't know where that was coming from. It looked good at the time, and it does still quite look fun and good, and there's boobs and all that if you guys are interested. But yeah, so this was like the second page ever done. I'll explain which one was the first. If we go down to page 2, so who wants to review page 2? So I've done page 1, who wants to do 2, who wants to do 3, and then so on, so forth. I'll do 4, yada yada yada.
I mean, I can do sort of page 3 if Nick wants to do 2.
Alright, right, Nick, on you go, you're on 2.
Okay.
So this is your first time of seeing it. It's the one with killed at the top. Just to make sure you're getting it right. Because Nick got sent all these files individually, and they're sometimes a bit back to front when I've sent them to him because he can't open the PDF. Might as well explain that. So yes.
Okay. So I'm in. Killed. Problems at home. We're fine things. Okay. Well, we have a mysterious man. We got...
Mysterious man? Mr. Cam? Yes. Mr. Chameleon in there?
Yes, if you want to give them away.
No, you'll find out anyway, but still, yeah.
I know, but I was trying to keep it north.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no man there, guys. He's not there. He's not there.
There's no man.
He's a shadow. He's
yes,
a shadow.
But she is the shadow. Oh!
Okay, well, like you said in the first page, we have some boobies, if you're interested in the boobies. We have her laying down here. Looks like she is trying to sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna go trying to sleep.
Yep.
Yes. I mean...
That's about that, but apart from with problems at home, question mark. So we'll move on. So that was the third ever page done for the Shadow comic. So these kind of first 5 are almost in line, apart from 1 was done before all of these, but I'll go into that. So yes, sorry. On you go, Sam.
So in the third page, she's laying down asleep, Shadow that is, and then like a hand appears right on her waist, and it's her boyfriend. The boyfriend basically just asks her, "Oh, morning," like good morning, and asks her any like the questions of like a late night. Did you sleep okay? And then she's like, "Same questions, really? Same fucking questions?" Like
same shit, different day.
Yeah, it gets old. And then,
normal couple stuff when you've lived together for almost.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then she gets a phone call, and she's looking down at a microwave, and not a microwave, a toaster. And she's like, he loves his old style shit, because reminder, this is in the future, so
yes.
there's some
so
nods
they wouldn't have
to
that
the
type of
past.
thing, yeah. Which this was originally wrote for in the past at this point. That's why I had, we had to throw in the whole he loves his old style shit, because we had to throw in somehow. Why do we have an old classic toaster in there?
Mm-hmm. Because we like toasted bread.
And think about it, there are going to be some people in the future that still like the old style stuff. Like, think about nowadays. People love the old
50s,
cell phones.
60s.
The older generation loves the old style cell phones, and they can't use technology that's newer anyways.
Yes, some of them can. Yeah, you're right. So, page 4 is she answers the call, and it's Darnell. Now, there is a backstory between Darnell, but we'll get more into that when Darnell comes into the picture. So she has to go away and sort out a problem, but in that she's like, time to have some real fun. She enjoys her job. She enjoys everything about being away from him, shall we say. But she does say to him that she'll be home for dinner because she has to start early, which is a good thing for her. She's like, finally, I'll be home for dinner, at least, and we'll have some time together. And that's pretty much that page. It's just her stashing away a gun just in case, shit goes south. And then Nick, the next one.
Oh wait. Okay, so this, she's walking. What bounty today? Murder rich guy. Okay, so she is a bounty hunter. Yes.
She's a size silencer that they check on bounties to see if they can earn more money.
Okay, see, a little side mission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so we have two mysterious men. A mustache man, I must add. A mustache.
Mustache. Yes.
The mustache. He's giving her an envelope, which I'm going to assume has got the bounty in it. 'Cause, I mean, that's how it is in every other show. I don't trust anyone else with this. Last time he said that, we handled. Okay. So this mysterious man doesn't trust anyone else but the lady and the man. So.
Yep.
We shall see where the bounty goes.
Yes. So, Sam?
So,
this is you with Darnell.
yeah, good old Darnell. So, in the beginning of this, they're basically talking that it's like busy today, and they're talking about the time and everything, and hope that this person has a safe word, because right now they're at a strip club, and so they find Darnell, which Darnell is a strapping gentleman, sort of fancy and everything, looking nice, earrings and stuff, and he's saying, "Oh, Frank, you still live in history night, right?" He's acting in his normal self, getting things done, being good, making jokes, and then of course my phone's gonna die. Figures. They start going over the mission, start going over the contract, and they look at the contract and finally see who it is, and the son of the admiral is the contract. They basically are saying that they need to get to work right away because of how important this contract is and how important the admiral's son is.
Yes.
Because he has a massive part in the comic, and he's the admiral's son. He's important.
Which is actually Captain Sylar of Size Dominance, which will be coming out later this year, and is actually Sam's character.
Yes.
This Sam.
Yes, the male Sam, yes.
The male Sam. We've got male Sam, female Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think this is my part, dude. Don't worry.
No,
I was
what?
just
gonna say that I don't know where you went after the picture I did. I don't think I have the one Sam just read.
Okay, so you might be missing those 2 pages. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So, okay, sorry about that. So we've basically, on the next page, we've got Shadow just about to get ready for work as a dominatrix, because that's her normal job. The sideline job is being a silencer for Size. And so Size is a massive company that the station that they're on holds over 50,000 people. And if they have people that they need to deal with that they don't want, say, the police getting involved or anything like that may actually cause the company more problems, they will use these silencers to kind of make them disappear. That's how they work. So yes, this big company may look all like, yay, we can come and visit the holiday station of Size Links. Not realizing that if you mess up, you'll never leave the station. So yes, so it starts with Shadow being reminded by Cam saying how, remember, they have a safe word, don't take your temper out, the fact that her and Siler are good friends. So, with her seeing Siler in trouble again, there is a bit of history, but that will come into it. She decides that, yeah, this is what I'm paid for, and I love to just dominatrix the shit out of people, fundamentally. So, she's questioning whether she loves him or not about her partner or about other things going on in her life. And then she's asking whether she's Madame or Mistress today. So what mood is she in? So she's playing up the whole bad boy, now I'm gonna make you my bitch, because that's the role she has to play. And fundamentally they're pathetic. So Nick, do you see that page where she's pretty much saying that they're pathetic? With a whip in her hand?
This one.
Right. There you go. Take it from there.
Alright. So we have her, and obviously, like you just said, whipping this dude's ass cheeks. Like, I'm talking, she's going to town.
Yes.
She's like, moan for me, bitch. Like, she's insulting this motherfucker's soul.
Mm-hmm.
And then decides to stick her motherfucking heel down his asshole. Like,
that was Sam's idea. I just thought I might point that out, please. That's not my
moan for me,
responsibility.
madam. And then he moans as she whips him again.
Lovely. Basic and to the point.
Just the foot in the ass.
That's the part that gets you, is it? The boot in the butt.
You took the literal, I'm gonna put my foot up your ass. Literal.
Yep.
Yes. That is very true. Right, Sam? Your turn. Do
So
you see it?
I can't tell if this is the right one. Is it the one where the boyfriend's there?
No.
Or is it?
Oh, at the bottom right, but she's leaving the club. It's that one.
Okay, and that's Siler, correct? If
Yes, it is.
okay,
Young
because-
Tyler. Young
Yeah,
Garrett.
okay, I just had to find that one. Okay. So, right now she's leaving the Dominatrix Club, getting her jacket on, looking a little bit pissed off. But she just got off of work. Then she's like, oh, we live on a space station, and he loves this classic shit, old style toaster, old knobs, like, why? Questioning why somebody would still like the old style when they have new and better technology, new things that make life easier, sort of.
Mhm.
And then Captain Siler comes in and asks her, like, hey, you want to chat? You want to talk about things and everything? And she asks, oh, how are things with dominance and your job? Because he does work on a spaceship as well.
Yep.
And then at the bottom left-hand corner of the comic, she's like thinking, hey, why are people after him? Questioning, like, what is so important about him besides being the Admiral's son and working on this ship? Like, what does he have that people could want? Yeah, he's rich, wealthy, but why him? Like, there's a lot of wealthy people on the space station. Like, and then you see the boyfriend stripped naked, abs out, dick flopping, just letting it hang loose, man.
But the best comment was when Nick first saw this image. And it was the, right, Nick, go for it. What was it that made you go, what the fuck?
Oh, it's just the foreskin.
No,
Looks like a worm. This is like a spaghetti just hanging out.
In the UK, it's not uncommon to have a foreskin. I might point that out. But in America, it's very uncommon in some places.
Well, like you don't have a choice. When you're a kid, your parents have that choice. They're like, well, lob it off or leave it on. 90% of them just lob that shit right off.
I mean, it is more hygienic, but there is a lot more pleasure sometimes
yeah, but here's the
with
thing:
it.
if you don't,
So it's
if
like,
you don't like take care of your own hygiene,
yes.
that's your own issue.
Mhm. You're right. But yes, That's what got Nick. He was like, what the fuck is with that foreskin? So, the next page we have is him standing there, dick hard on, being like, this is actually the first ever page that was written for this comic. This is the actual first ever page. So, needless to say, she gives him something, and he comes really quickly. And she's like, really? Okay. You know, I've just finished work and things like that, and I'm pretty good, but did you have to make it that quick? So,
Really? Like, I couldn't do anything for myself. Like,
yeah,
come on.
it was like, what the
Nothing
fuck?
good here.
And then it goes on to Nick, your turn. You happen to have the fun page.
Yeah, she
The
she
whoopee.
obviously
Snooze
wipes you know, this semen off her face. I'm just gonna say
Man,
it.
splooge.
Just wipes the
Man,
semen off her
splooge.
face. And then he's like, now it's your turn, motherfucker, and bends her over the table. And you know what? After the gut 3000 she just gave him, he's about to give her the... I'm not gonna go there, but we're gonna... Alright.
Brings her to Pound Town, a one-way ticket.
She's going to the Bang Sanctum.
Yeah,
We'll just leave it there.
but
The
he blows
one-way
his
ticket to
load
Pound
again.
Town.
He's too fast.
It's like Speed Racer.
Yep.
Lightning McQueen. It's too fast.
Mm-hmm. And comes too quick again. And that's why at the end of it, she's like, again? Really? Like, what the fuck? So, Sam, after he's jacked himself twice, shall we say really fucking quickly,
So this motherfucker over here jacks himself twice too quick. Like, way too quick. Like, can't even please, like, her
Anyone.
whatsoever. Anyone,
Watermelon.
let alone. So he's laying down in bed and he's like, alright, you gonna come back after your run? Because she's like, I'm going for a run. I can't deal with this shit. Like, this man's pissed me off. He's came in me and came in my mouth. What the fuck am I gonna do? I didn't even get a time to do my own thing. And then she's on her run, relaxed. She has her clothes on and everything. She's like, I love how calm it is here. It's calm. You're in space. You're just looking at the stars, relaxing, like people do on Earth, just looking up at the stars, like, wow, it's really calm and nice up there.
yep.
Which it is. It's going to be. And then she's like, is it really that hard to get a chance to come? It shouldn't be! Motherfucker, it shouldn't be, but when you got somebody that jerks way too quick, kinda hard. It is kinda hard to come. Sorry. Please your ladies right, guys. Don't come too quick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some
And
women
then
like it when a guy comes more than
yeah.
once, but
Yeah.
not that fast.
But
not that
no.
fast.
And then she's like, I should have let that guy finish me before blowing his head off, because she's talking about referring to the guy that was in the first page, sort of just, well, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes by Captain Siler's room, which in the comic you notice that it's semi-open a little bit. You gotta remember, there's a contract out on him. People are after him. So she's thinking, what's going on here?
Yep, and then she checks out the room and she's like, Sila? As if to say, are you here? Are you kind of in your room right now? And then she sees a random motherfucker in the room. And she's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Because she realizes this guy's dressed up to be like, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. And she's like, he reaches behind him and she's like, oh, you fucked up. It's like, you do not know this running girl has skills. And then she fucking jumps at him, knees him in the face, and whoppa! On to the next one. Nick?
So this is the fight scene, correct?
Yep.
Alright. We got, alright, home slice up top with the Predator guns. Alright. Hitting this bitch with the Triple H spine buster onto the glass table, alright. And then her blocking the Winter Soldier arm.
Yep. Wait, you
And then-
can't say that. We're going to trouble. to blur that bit out. Sorry. No references to other comic companies.
Alright. And then she gets punched in the face, and then speared by the looks of it.
Uh-huh.
And then she's getting beat up again. And then dude right here's got a gun and is looking at her getting her ass whooped.
Yep. There was a slight bit. Sorry, before going into the next page where you see the guy getting his head blown off, shall we say, or blown out. I was gonna put a comment from when Bao and I were playing a horror game, and he went, "Boom, motherfucker!" And just as I jumped in this horror game, and he was playing something else different, jumped into this game and shot a load of people and went, "Boom, motherfucker!" And it just happened to be the same time as I got a jump scare in this game. I was gonna put that line in, like, "Boom, motherfucker," but it's not something that Sam would say or Sam's character would say, so I left it out. So that's why it's not in there. But I thought I might point that out, that there was going to be something there, but there's not. So, sorry, Sam. On you go.
So, in the scene next is, he shoots the guy right in the head, just blows his right bullet. You see the bullet go right through his head.
Mm-hmm.
Straight through, clean hole, nice clean. And then he's walking past the bodies, and then he goes to see Shadow, which you'll see that her eye is bleeding, and it's kind of just not there anymore as it looks in the picture, so her eye is sort of gone. Like, it's just plain missing. And then she's like, I don't know, but someone is pissed. And, which, yeah, I'd be pissed too. My eye is fucking missing, and I just got the shit beaten out of me by 3 thugs. Like, what the fuck?
2 thugs, but I get what you're saying.
So, he, like, taps her shoulder, puts her hand on her shoulder, and says, "Thank you again," gives her a hug. And then he sort of like, "Okay, I'm gonna clear this up. We're figuring it out together. Like, I'm not gonna let you do this alone. Something that we're gonna fight through together. We're not gonna separate here. We've got this together. Like, I'm not leaving you behind." And then you see her bloodied up, looking in a mirror on the last scene.
Yep. And then it goes into the flashback. So, 3 months ago, she's saying how they tried to do this 3 months ago. They tried to kill him 3 months ago. Why again now? And then it goes into a flashback of her sitting in a bar. And this dude comes up. "Hey, Malcolm. You know, I'm Malcolm. Hey, Alice. You know." That's not her name. We all know that. Her name's Jenna. Which, Chameleon actually says that in the comic, but we've not actually said it here. So her name is Jenna. But in this, she's Alice at this point. And he taps her on the shoulder because she's fundamentally an escort at this point for him. And she just lays it out on the line. She's not here to fuck around. She's like, "Hey, you want to get out of here and fuck?" And if you said that to a guy, in some cases, if it's single people, and especially if they're on a certain site looking up stuff and that's all they really want, they're not going to question it, right? And that's pretty much what this guy is interested in, and that's why she doesn't beat around the bush. She doesn't go, "Oh, buy me a drink and we'll talk." No, it's just literally like, "You want to get out of here and just fuck." So he's like, "Yeah, let's go." And then, Nick, you get the lovely scene.
Nick's getting the good stuff, the juicy things.
Well, no, you get your scene. We'll go into that one. Mr.
I
Split.
didn't choose the next scene. Oh, wait,
yeah,
did I?
Yeah, the fucking...
No, I don't. I don't get that one.
The
no,
word.
you get that one, Nats.
No,
you get
the
that
word.
one.
No, you get the word. Wait, what? No, you get it. You get the word. Yeah, you get it. Right, on you go, Nick. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Nick's like, what the fuck?
They're obviously in town.
Yep.
She handcuffs him to a pipe.
Mm-hmm.
And then proceeds to do her thing. We'll just leave it at that, because
yes.
we're not going to go any farther. Pulls something out of her back pocket, and it appears to be a flyer. And then she is now touching his nipple with it. Ow. That would be fucking painful.
Yes. Ah, you fuck bitch! That's the line in it. as she's smiling. So, Sam, explain your line in this page.
Oh, do I really? Oh man,
Yes.
perfect. So this bloody wonderful scene is he's still getting his nipple burned off a little bit here. Just pure burning that shit. There's a heart broken next to him, and his face looks like he's in distraught. Like he's not even enjoying. I don't know who would enjoy this shit, but fuck, man, he's in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "Gur, you fucking bitch!" Like he's almost screaming that shit. He's pissed, man. I'd be pissed if I got my fucking nipples burned off too, man. Fuck, it hurt.
Yep.
What's even worse is what she's doing next. Fuck, man. Tingles already. She grabs
Public
the
hat.
flare. Yeah, grabs the flare and goes right to his balls, right underneath, just going right for it. A little bit further back, right in the taint. Fuck, man. Oh, and my phone just bugged out. Fucking hell. Great, love it. Get back to it. Where is it? Oh, too far, too far. Where the fuck is... Oh, there it is. And then he's like, "Stop! Just please, please stop!" What? Like, I would be too. Shit, I don't want my nipples and nuts fucking burned off. Fuck, man. I don't think Nick would either. Shit.
Hell
Oh.
no.
That would
Yep.
hurt. Fucking hell.
It was.
And that was Paige. She's Darnell, everyone.
Part of Darnell.
Paige! Turn it off! Go, do your shit! Interruptions, man.
Yeah, it's just as about we're getting to the good line. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, he's explaining now, he's like, "I know what is going to happen to Captain Siler." And the scene above that, like just a little bit above it, it looks like his skin on his balls is magma. Like, it's not even, it's radioactive, man. Like, you can, like, it looks like a molten ball of magma. Like, ow.
Literally
like, dude,
a molten ball.
yeah, it looks like it. Like, it's hot magma. Like, you ain't coming back from that. You're not gonna have kids, you're not gonna have nothing. Like, you can't use that, you can't use your dick no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but you ain't gonna use that dick for shit. And then this is the part that Nats is all giddy about, that I came up with. Because on the next page is where I thought about it.
But it's
But-
this page.
We put it on this page. She has a large ass fucking machete knife sort of thing, like right above, like right on the base of the shaft. And you know shit's about to go down. Either he's losing that shit, or she's peeling it like a fucking banana. Which is the line. She's like, "Now this is how you peel a banana." Telling you right now, thinking about that shit hurts, man. Like, you don't want that.
No.
Like,
You don't.
it's basically like, think about like a hangnail, and you try peeling that shit.
Imagine
So think
your
about
foreskin.
it being, yeah, imagine like your foreskin and shit like that. Like, fuck, man, like that hurts like a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And now we go to the next scene.
Yes, so this is also where Nick commented as well. Seeing again, there's another foreskin. And Nick's like, what's with the foreskins? That's literally the way he put it. But yes, so you see a bloodied, thing dripping down the thing, shall we say. And she goes to him pretty much like, "I know everything. I'm just doing this pretty much for fucking fun now. Because I want to see you suffer." And Cam turns up right behind her. She's obviously still, like, got no top on or anything, but Cam's seen it all before. Cam, not Sam, doesn't care. He's just like, that's my partner in crime, We do everything together type thing. Almost everything. Not that type of stuff, obviously. And, so she pretty much hands him the knife and says he's all yours, and he's like, "Do you know, dude, you're kind of out of luck, because if I'd left her to it, she would have killed you a lot quicker than me." And then it moves on to her chapping away at her door. So, Nick.
So she is knocking on a door. A lady appears. Jenna, hey, what's up? Need a pilot. Addie. I think Addie? ADD.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's Addison
Addie.
Driver, the captain,
Oh,
well,
Addie.
later captain of devotion.
Okay. She goes, I'm kind of busy tonight. And then obviously, as you can see, there's a mysterious man sitting in a chair.
I like to
Hopeless
put.
and
Wait, yeah, go for it,
Well,
Sam. I think you're gonna point out what I'm gonna point out because I don't think Nick's quite noticed seeing it the first
I
time.
like to put out in the background is that there's literally like porn going on. Like there's a butt ass naked chick on the TV.
Which not many people. I didn't notice that first, and then I had to
Like
contact the artist to say, "Look,
yeah,
I don't
like
know if I can
didn't
use
notice
this.
it.
Is this actual material that this person's created?" And they were like, "This is all the stuff. This is just created for this." I was like, "Cool, we're good." Because I was like,
Like I didn't
"Wait,
notice
what
it
the
at
fuck
first
is in the
either.
background of that TV?" Do you see it, Nick?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna comment, I think, because
Okay,
she talks
on you
about it right there in the panel.
Oh yeah, it's in the next part. I had to add it in just in case people didn't notice. You know, I was like, "Fucking what?"
And then she turns around and replies to the man, I will be right back. And then they both walk away, and then the lady comments, was that porn as they just talked about?
And then Sam.
And on to the next one.
So now they're talking and she's like, I really need your help. This mission's important to me, and like then she's like on a scale. Like how important is this mission to you? Like seriously, like how people ask what on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain right now? And she's like, it's a 10. It's a 10. That's how important this is. So and then the one lady goes back inside, and driver goes back inside and says, meet me at the ship in 10 minutes. And she goes to her boyfriend or friend that
Partner.
she is
Yeah.
partner, which you now found out. But she's like, we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes to do whatever we want. So he grabs a condom, rips it open with his teeth, and he's like, you will scream in less than 5. And then she's like, make me. And then you see Shadow walking towards the ship in a hallway. And that is where that scene ends. I like to put how it's kind of funny where he's like, oh, I'll make you scream in less than 5 minutes. And that's like half the fucking time. Like, you got 5 more minutes to come there, man. Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
Like, shit.
But he's a good player. He ain't gonna be like 1-2 pump jump. You know what I'm saying with Mister.
The
You know.
Chumpa.
It's gonna be the best 30 seconds of her life.
Exactly. So next one we've got is Shadow meeting up with someone in a hallway, mysterious dude, as Nick would say. And he's saying, "Did you get, driver?" And she goes, "Yeah, but I also got Rosa, which is the her best friend, to basically be involved as well." And she starts to get a bit emotional because she's known Sylar for a very long time, you know. And this guy turns out to be the Admiral, and he says, "Look, this is my son, but we have to put emotions aside. He knows the job that he's in. There is risks, that's it. So if stuff goes really bad, we can't make this emotional." And he's like, "And I'm trusting you to bring back both ships. Now you'll find out why both ships are involved. And this is going on about dominance and devotion, but you'll find an issue too where that is." And he's like, "Fuck, I hate this sometimes." As if to say the job sometimes becomes personal, but he really has to think about it as a job, because at the end of the day, he's in charge of everything. And if stuff starts to go wrong with his family, he can't let that affect the whole station, which has over 50,000 people that he's in charge of, just for one person. Which, yes, that one person is his son, but he can't let that affect him. And that's when Shadow pretty much says, "We'll get him back." As in, we will. as in the Psy Silencers will go after these people and get them back. And then Nick.
Alright. We have Shadow walking down the hall, meeting with Cam, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "It's freezing here," and hands her a jacket. "Thanks, Cam. Let's do this," as she replies. And then you see Addie from the apartment sprinting and goes, "Wow, 10 minutes goes fast." Oh shit. uh,
No shit
as
when there's sex
as
involved.
you see them walking into the ship, and that is the end of that scene.
Yes, and then Sam, you have the final page of.
Ooh. So, so,
This is
so
the graphic
Rosa,
style
I believe
change.
that's Rosa, right? Rosa is the blonde that's saying, "Nice to meet you again. Nice to see you
Yes.
again."
Yeah.
Okay, so you see Rosa saying, "Nice to see you both again," talking to Cam and Shadow. And then Shadow's not Cam's like, "I don't like my helmet. Like, his helmet kind of sucks, man. Like, he got biffed on that one. He got biffed real bad on that one. Like, his poor helmet kind of just got sucked. Kind of
Yeah,
didn't turn
there
out
is a
well."
reason behind it, but we didn't like the design of the helmet on the very final editing of this, so we decided to just blur it out. So
And
you
then-
will actually see the newer version of the helmet, but I was kind of like, nah, I don't really want it in this, so we just put the word bubbles over it. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry.
And then you see Cam and Shadow like talking about how like Addie and her are gonna catch up, but Alex is like, "Oh, Addie and you are gonna catch up," and Cam's like, "That cat probably doesn't care," and Addie is the fucking cat. Well, Alex is the fucking cat, right? Like,
Yeah, he's basically calling Alex a cat. He's like, yeah, the cat
Yeah.
probably doesn't fucking care. He's like, you're just basically a sex toy, and he loves the fact that other people can look at you and get punished by you, but can't touch you.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you see Driver and everyone getting prepared in the middle of the comic, and Cam's like, "Thanks, Driver, for this," and he's holding it seems like a pretty big gun in his hands. It's like holding that, looking at it, like inspecting it. And then that's Addie in the far left, correct?
Yes, it's adding
Saying that,
the three.
"Take your pick of the weapons. Sorry, we don't have much more."
Oh no, that's Rosa because it's blonde.
Rosa?
She's
Oh
blonde.
yeah. Wait, what? Hold on.
Yeah, Rosa's
Yeah.
the one that says take your pick of the weapons.
Okay. And then you see Driver sitting in the front seat of the ship, getting ready to take off, saying, "Let's go save the double D's," which they're not saving
Dominance.
boobs here, people. They're not saving boobs.
No.
They're saving the two ships.
Dominance and devotion.
And then she's like, "Okay, we'll bring Captain Siler home."
Dun dun dun.
Yes.
And that is pretty much the end of it. The next one will follow on to what will happen with the double D's.
And the double D's.
So, the page after that, we do have a Shadow Fun Play image, which actually the new artist, or the artist that we have going forward, did as a fun thing because they enjoy the character of Shadow, and they're getting really involved in the project a lot more and things like that, and it's fantastic to see that type of thing. So I thought I'd put that image in there because that was their own little custom work that they did on the character that they were just enjoying doing themselves. So we put that in there. It may be a bit explicit for some people. You know, there's not often that you would see that type of thing in something, should we say. And then we've got just a brief description of the two other comics. Well, there's more than two comics coming out afterwards as well. And then you've got issue 2, July 2021. I was going to say 2021, but it came out wrong. Bleh. Which you can see how the graphic style is changing and the art style is changing. It will still stay black and white. Because Devotion will be the only one in colour. So Devotion's in colour. Done by this artist as well. So Devotion and Shadow are done by this artist, and Dominance and Sovereign are being done by a more dark style artist. Which kind of suits those ones because Sovereign is about bounty hunters, but ex-military, so they're precise. They'll get the job done really quick, fast, in and out, and done. No sex in that one, no, explicit stuff, but very probably gory and a lot of mods and mechanical people in there. Whereas Dominance is, let's just say,
Not for the faint of heart.
no. Let's just say there's Sam. How do you explain Dominance?
So, dominance is sort of the idea and the epitome of, like, people's fetishes, people's things that they like, people's kinks, turn-ons, and sometimes maybe turn-offs if you don't like that certain thing. But dominance is an all-around everything, everybody fetish comic with violence.
Yes.
There's whatever you can think of in there. Male,
also,
female, non-binary, transgender, she-male, whatever. Futa, whatever, like, what you think of, it might show up.
Yes.
It might show up.
And so may Shadow, because being a dominatrix, Shadow might be involved.
Yes.
Yes.
So it will go into the realm of BDSM and everything as well in that one. But a lot will also change emotionally in all of the comics. So what you see now, taking it to an emotional level in Dominance and Devotion, like times 100, because that's how high it's going to hit in their sort of second issues. And yeah, there will also be the neutral zone that will come into it, which people will not understand or not know what we're really talking about unless you read that bit at the start about the colonies and everything. And that's where Nick's character will come into it, but that won't be until like issue 3 of Devotion. So, but I have to admit, issue 3 of Devotion is going to be, so they've kind of got a lot lined up really quick, but it's not going to be as fast paced as this. So this one, it kind of goes from sex, no sex, sex, no sex, BDSM, no sex, sex, and then it kind of goes from like a little bit of violence in the torture scene. Then it goes to, oh, let's fly the ship out of here. Whereas the rest of them are going to take that slower pace, but be very detailed in the slower pace, where you're like, maybe I don't like this scene no more, but it keeps going. That's how it's going to feel.
Yeah, this is more the backstory.
Yes. So this is kind of the flashback, and the next issue will be the full flashback, but then really at the end of issue 2, something hard and heavy is going to hit that will kind of tie off Devotion and Dominance's issue 1s. It will kind of roll into Monday now. But it's gonna, when it rolls into Monday, it's gonna hit really fucking hard.
It's gonna be like a slap to the face.
Oh, it's gonna be a massive slap to the face that kind of builds all the characters to the way they are. And if you see the glimpses of the Dominance one, you'll notice that the look has changed, and you'll see the massive reason why. So issue 2 in that has, big things lined up, but so does Dominance and Devotion's issue 1s. That will really chuck a whole, like, fucking shit ton of stuff in your face real fast, but it's gonna take its time doing it. So you think kind of the emotional sides here at the moment with the quick jumps of like, oh, sex, no sex, oh, this, that. Nope, we're gonna take our time and make it sink in. Make you feel the emotions of each character as well. And I think that's one thing that we need to build on the next issues, is making you feel what the characters feel, because in this one right now you've kind of got Shadow going from quick cut to quick cut to quick cut to quick cut, and you kind of really don't know how she's feeling apart from she's just moaning about small things all the time. Okay, her partner's not that small, but I'm saying that he comes quick, so that is a big problem. But yeah, anything you guys would like to add now, Nick, especially that you've now had a kind of look at the whole thing? What would you like to say about it? What's your kind of honest review? We'll go for it.
Um, I would say after from seeing this one, and then obviously I've seen more of the newer stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, I would say just
Sorry.
if you enjoy this or something like that, just be patient. It's issue 2 will come, and that's all I can really say.
Sam, what's your honest review?
We put our sort of hearts and like soul into this comic, sort of like this comic. It's sort of our child. It's something that we worked on and we care a lot about.
Yeah.
It's our first one, but
It
it's
is mixed
something that.
match, it's fast paced, it's kind of out of order, there's no personality in it at the moment.
Mhm.
But it's a building block for a bigger thing. Yeah.
Yes, just don't.
Sorry, my
I
tummy's
guess
rumbling.
the only thing I'll add here is if it's not your kind of thing, then it's not your kind of thing. There's
Well,
yeah.
well, there is. I thought I might. Sorry, while you're talking about that, so dominance will have the LGBTQT all that in there, and violence as well, to the point that it can be quite graphic. So if you're not into that, don't read dominance. If you like a bit of dominatrix and assassin style, read Shadow. Sovereign is kind of more military bounty hunters with no sex, no nothing like that. So it'll kind of be your normal, just general comic, shall we say? And Devotion will have 2 versions. So there is going to be a non-explicit version, which will just kind of be your more generic space story, love story, action sequences, but the uncut version will have very explicit sort of sex scenes and things like that. That will take it to a different level compared to the other ones, which will kind of be a bit quick on the old sex scenes. They're kind of like 1 page and done or 2 page and done, whereas this one, the extended version, will have a lot longer and more in depth. And I say in depth in a good way. But yes, so there will be an uncut and a cut version. The cut version will be more for any age. Like, I want to make it so that almost any age can read it. Even PG rated. That you could read this and kind of be like, yeah, this is good story, it's good fun. And things like that. Not for, under 12, so we'll call it PG, parental guidance. But won't have any mature content, and then we'll have the, say, Reddit extreme version, which will have the content which takes it to the beyond mature level. But only when it comes to, like, real, like, proper scenes, shall we say. And,
The NSFW.
we'll call it the hard-on version, or the raw version, which is, the uncut one. So, yes, whereas Dominance and Shadow will be the way they are. There is no uncut and there is no cut version, but Devotion can have both sides. And what we'll do is we'll have the last panel as sort of the going forward into it, and then it cuts to the next morning. Kind of how you would see it in a film. But then there will be the uncut version, which will have 5 pages of just going into it, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
Deeper. Going into
The
it
raw.
deeper. Raw, uncut, deep version. But yeah, but even still, that won't happen until after issue. No, it will happen in issue 3. So even the first 2 issues of it won't have that type of stuff in it. There will be a subject in issue 2 that I will probably have to put a mature rating on it to a level, just because there is violence in it that's towards a partner, which is domestic abuse. Slightly. I'm not going to dwell on it really quick. It will be kind of a couple of panels and done type thing. But then it will show the recovery of it and dealing with it. So that's kind of a hint in towards Devotion and Dominance and everything, to give you guys a bit more detail as to what's coming out and whether you think it might be for you or not. Giving you a deeper picture.
And we probably will be doing these on our other issues as well. Like, we're probably
Yeah.
doing more like podcast stuff like this.
Yeah, I know this is
Most
like
definitely.
almost an hour long of us chatting away at the moment. And it's kind of our review on it. Like, I understand there's a lot of quick cuts. The graphic styles have totally changed throughout it because the artists had adapted and got better throughout the 2 years because it originally started as an assassin comic. And now it's just the way it looks at the end of the last page of it, and then you'll see the quick glimpse of issue 2. That's how it will look going forward. There is going to be no graphical real changes to it. Who knows in the future if it really takes off, we may add colour. That would probably be the only thing that we add to it, and Devotion's going to be the only one in colour at the moment. But right now we're not looking at the others' colour, although I did get a demo of what Dominance may look like in colour, and it looks amazing, but right now we just don't have the budget to do it. Being honest, we don't. So I would love to do them all in colour, I would love to pull it out more, but right now we've got to think realistic. It's a start-up, and this is our first one, and I hope you enjoy Side Shadow. First issue.
Yeah.
And we'll do a quick rundown of saying thank you very much for listening. I know I droned on way too much, because I always do. But yeah, peace out. My shoulder just cracked and I have no fucking idea why. And thank you very much for listening to us. Yee!
Bye.
Thank